your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, good evening to you. It's a quiet night here and a cooler night across central Illinois as a cold front has been slowly passing through. And boy, that front is bringing with it a huge drop in the humidity. If you've not been out here this evening, maybe peek outside before you head to bed. It's a little cooler. 65 now in Champaign. We are heading for the 50s by tomorrow morning and only warming up to the mid-70s through tomorrow afternoon. It's a great Friday. How about the rest of your Labor Day weekend? We'll look at that coming up. WCIA3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA3 News.
It's not paper pencil anymore. So you have to have that technology.
But that can get confusing for families, how school districts are trying to troubleshoot e-learning. Plus, it's an iconic piece of one town, why it's being taken down.
I really got motivated.
And he saw Coach Underwood walking about, what it inspired him to do.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA3 News at 10.
This is different. This is a completely different experience.
Yes, it is. Adjusting to e-learning during the pandemic has been a struggle for some parents at the start of the school year. Families are facing challenges they have never experienced. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini. Teachers, students, and parents are getting used to using technology and online classroom programs. Some have experienced bumps in the road as school districts try to troubleshoot the problems many are going through. WCIA3's Jennifer Jensen has more.
For some families, it's been a rocky start to the school year during the pandemic.
I was very anxious about doing online learning.
Kimberly Black is juggling her kids' e-learning schedules and encountered a few snags during the first couple weeks of school.
I was unfamiliar with the programs that they were using. My fifth grader was a little familiar with it because they used it a little in fourth grade at school, but my first grader, he was unfamiliar with it.
As students start e-learning from home, they're growing up around this technology during the pandemic, but some parents have the added challenge of learning all of this from scratch to help their kids. Francine Black is a grandmother who helps her grandkids with online classes when their mom is at work. She found herself in unfamiliar territory as well.
The challenges was just getting familiar with the computer, knowing where to go, how to submit it, when it was due.
Rantoul City Schools noticed the issues parents were dealing with.
It's been a little bit of a learning curve for everybody.
The district has been hosting tech nights for families to learn one-on-one with their teachers and get familiar with the digital platforms used for classes.
This is a different type of learning that they have not experienced themselves. So using Google Classroom is much different than they are used to learning.
The Black family says this event gave them the insight they needed.
I do feel a little more confident about it. I think everything will go a little smoother now, and I can explain things the way the teachers explained them.
That was Jennifer Jensen reporting. Sticking with that digital classroom theme, the U of I is offering a new class to help understand coronavirus. It'll focus on different aspects of the pandemic, from the history of pandemics to how it's affecting higher education and the global impact. Almost every part of our lives, of course, has changed since March, and this class is designed to help us better understand that.
The goal is to look at the COVID-19 pandemic in a 360-degree way. So to examine it from many, many different perspectives.
Now, the classes will all be taught by U of I faculty and staff. They'll be on Zoom once a week. Teachers will also answer questions at the end. The class is free for anyone to join at any age. Cases of COVID are quickly climbing in Coles County. They're at 1,161 more than 2 days ago. Public health leaders say many people aren't wearing masks, and some are holding gatherings with more than 50 people. Several businesses aren't requiring masks and have posted signs saying as much.
Most of the people that come in my shop kind of feel the same way. They're tired of the masks and all of it, so they appreciate that I don't require it. It's freedom in here, you know, just whatever you want to do. There's just so much going on in the world right now, and I'm letting people make their own choice.
Now, public health leaders ask anyone who sees a violation to report it. If it's a business, they'll have a conversation with the owner. If it continues to be a problem, that's when the Coles County State's attorney will get involved. Looking at state numbers, there are almost 1,400 new positive tests. That means there are now 240,000 infections since the pandemic began. 25 more people have died. Some of those were in Coles, Edgar, and Macon counties. Illinois has lost more than 8,100 people to COVID-19. State unemployment benefits are getting a boost thanks to some new federal money. Now, weekly benefits will have an extra $300 each week for people who apply. This replaces the $600 that ended in July. The new total will give some low-wage workers more on unemployment than they were making on the job.
They'll be making as much money, or maybe more money than they would make in a job where they might be making minimum wage.
Governor Pritzker's skeptical of the new program, though. He says it's short-sighted since it takes money from the Federal Disaster Relief Fund. He thinks the money will dry up too quickly. In other news, Decatur police are searching for a man they consider to be armed and dangerous. 28-year-old Delon Amos is wanted for first-degree murder and attempted murder. Police say a warrant has been issued for Amos in the killing of Demetrius Macklin near the intersection of North Edward and West Grand on August 26th. Another warrant was issued in connection with an attempted murder on North College the next day. Authorities say if you've seen him, call police or Crime Stoppers. Coach Lovie Smith's son has been arrested in Arizona. Michael Smith was taken into custody on a grand jury warrant in Tempe. He's facing several charges, including sex trafficking and getting earnings from a prostitute. We've reached out to the University of Illinois. There was no comment. More charges could be coming against a Trumbull County board. Piatt County State's Attorney Dana Rhodes says most board members, have been paying themselves for every meeting they attend. But county code says they're only supposed to be paid for one a day. Our Target 3 team looked into county financial records and learned just this year board members have been overpaid by thousands of dollars. Rhodes says the records will be handed over to a special prosecutor. That person will review them and decide whether to file charges. For more, head to WCIA.com. A man in Watseka is dead after a crash in Ford County last night. Happened on Illinois Route 115, 2 miles south of Roberts. Police say Dustin Graff overturned his truck when he veered into the other lane and then corrected. The truck rolled off the left side of the road and stopped in a cornfield. Graff was thrown from the truck and died at the scene. A teenager in Springfield is dead after a motorcycle crash this morning. Happened on North Cotton Hill Road near Southwind Drive. A name has not been released because all family has not been notified. The Coles County coroner identified a man found dead along a railroad in Humboldt. The coroner says Maxwell Rosa was found on Saturday on U.S. Route 45 near County Road 1700N. He says Rosa had family in Neoga, but had been living in several other places. Cause of death has not been released, but police don't suspect a crime. Now, the Illinois Attorney General is warning about a suspicious robocall about voting by mail. Kwame Raoul says the calls are spreading false claims that your information will not be kept private. If you have questions about voting, whether in person or by mail, he asks you to call the elections office. To learn more about that, check out WCIA.com. Empty storefronts in Hoopeston are endangering the safety of people who live there. After disuse, parts of the buildings have collapsed. Floors inside one building have fallen to the basement. A wall collapsed in another last month, killing a man who was warned not to go inside. Now, the mayor says he has a plan to protect the health and safety of the community.
City of Hoopeston will be aggressively evaluating the structural integrity of these 100-year-old buildings and that are due to the lack of proper maintenance.
He says he suspects some of the buildings will have to be torn down because it will cost too much to fix them. A familiar sight in Rantoul won't be around much longer. A missile at the entrance of the former Chanute Air Force Base will be taken down this month. The mayor says it's deteriorating. Also, the Air Force decided it needed to be taken down since the Chanute Air Museum closed. It's been in Rantoul since 1966.
It's a good connector for me of my military service here at Chanute. I proudly served, and that was one of the first things that welcomed me to the community was this missile. So it has a deep-seated meaning for me.
The pieces of the missile will be scrapped. The mayor says he made a call to the contractors to see if a piece of the metal, however, could be kept. While the missile is coming down in Rantoul, a playground is being installed in Champaign. Work is moving along at Bristol Park. The playground was removed in August 2018 to make room for construction in the Bristol Place neighborhood. Now, the refurbished park will be 5 times bigger than before, and work has been done to help mitigate stormwater flooding in the area. Winter may feel far away, but it's coming soon to birds. How you can make their migration a little easier. Plus, people on one farm are still trying to to catch buffalo on the loose, and the animals aren't making it easy. We'll explain. And a former Illini is looking to get back on the PGA Tour. Why he says he's lucky to even be able to try.